Hey, Farva, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks?
Welcome to the Cam Shenanigans podcast.
You mean Shenanigans? Oh! You're talking about Shenanigans, right?
Where Mike, Trent, and Zach, and a guest will debate all things automotive.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Make sure to check out Cam Automag on all the social medias at Cam Automag. And don't forget to support our sponsor, Hustle Energy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. What's up, God? There it is. Welcome back to Cam Shenanigans. I am Mike, guy who foolishly packed up his office, completely forgetting that he needs to do a podcast and do stuff in here. We're joined by the Lord God Almighty in the chat. As well as good old, he's a truck friend to some, but he's a friend first and a truck second, Zach Lords.
I didn't know where that was going to go, and I was vaguely scared of it.
It's all right. And the one, the only, the man with a nearly 20-year-old lava lamp, Dave Raleigh.
Yeah, it's almost 20 years old.
Yep.
How's it going, guys?
There we are. Thanks for tuning in. If you're listening to this on the podcast, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you're just watching on YouTube, hey, this thing comes out as a podcast. If you've missed anything, I'm not going to say that you've missed anything, oh Lord, but in case you have, or if you want to go back and hear some of the audio shenaniganry, just go ahead and find Cam Shenanigans wherever you get your podcasts. Like, rate, review, subscribe, share with your friends. We are out there and we need the help.
Blessed be thy podcast.
Indeed. Blessed be our sponsor, Hustle Energy.
There it is.
Yep. Shout out to Trent. He makes a quality product. So there we go. All righty. Well, it's been a week, gentlemen. How have we been in the intervening week?
7 whole days.
Mm-hmm.
I've been alive.
That's good.
I mean, given the alternative, I'd say you're doing okay.
I went out and did some shooting this weekend out at UMC, an autocross event. I took a lens that I will never use. None. Fuck you, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Fuck you, Bobby.
Bobby Powell says hi, Dave.
Oh, I should probably, hold on. Let's see here. I'm going to exit full screen real quick.
But I took a lens that I will never, ever use again. I am positive I could rack focus faster than that lens could.
Do you still have that lens?
Yeah, I borrowed it from a buddy, but so I could use it at any point. But yeah, it really fucking sucked.
I was about to say, can I borrow it on the? Hold on, let me see what day I would need to borrow it. On the 27th. I need some distance since my speed advantage has gone away.
What?
The 1Ds, NASA Utah, round 1.
I might join you for that. Maybe I'll borrow the lens again, and we can both take turns hating ourselves for trying to use it.
Oh, come on!
Oh, dude, it's fucking bad.
Is it just like a manual focus, like big fucking unit?
No, it has zero stabilization. It's the kind of zoom lens that you pull in and out.
Ooh,
yeah.
God.
And then
it's playing the photo trombone right there.
Yeah, from end to end, it's to find focus. So I'm shooting autocross, and I'm trying to get cool shots of like cars come up to a corner where I'm at. So I'm in there, ready to go. It grabs focus, it takes shot. It's already out of focus by the time it has found focus and shot. And then I also was shooting in the snow as well too, and
that's not great.
It was with snow with 15 feet in the lens. Focus that. Oh god.
Listen, it's just doing what it can.
And also, get
the struggles of photography.
No lens stabilization. So yeah. We have someone I haven't seen for a while. Hi!
Oh,
Hi.
the racing chica. Hola,
Hi, Jamie.
¿cómo está?
Shout out to you and the
keep
puppies.
Posting, you keep
and
posting
Nate.
cool shit, and I miss Nate's beautiful face.
I just miss Nate in front of an open microphone.
We are all
That's
just
great.
the fever dreams of a dying squirrel, right?
Indeed.
I'll never forget that. Never will.
Well, the week in Vegas with him was just an absolute just dream.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I scroll through like footage from SEMA, one of like the thumbnails is of like Nate just barely woken up, like crazy hair, holding his coffee like this.
Oh yeah.
I like how God is just spamming the chat right now.
God is ridiculous. I love this.
I should pull up the damn chat. Jesus.
So I don't know how it is in your browser, but in mine on the right side, there's a thing that says private chat, and next to it says comments. If you hit that, it brings up all the harmonized comments from like Facebook and YouTube and everything.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that it doesn't show in full screen.
Ah, damn.
That's
Nate's in here.
Nate's here.
Hey!
Yes.
God is spam and also God. This is great.
And harmony.
Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Man.
Well, yeah. How was your weekend, David? I'm trying to get this back on here.
Man. Blessed spamming is just great.
I hope God is actually just Andrew.
I hope it's
Why couldn't it be He Almighty?
plot twist. It's just Moses.
It's just Moses.
That bastard.
Nate, we miss you. We
Yeah.
love you.
Aw.
Wait, are you kids gonna be at the NASA thing on the 27th?
Are you guys going to be at the NASA thing?
The way you asked that.
Somebody had to be adorable here. Lord knows it wasn't going to be the child. Hey Dash, what's up?
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. No,
Right,
he's-
No, he is not me. What?
damn it! If I wasn't,
shit! I'll be there. Sorry, Mike. I totally cut you off.
it's okay. Yeah, no, yeah, go. Yeah, you go say hi to Zach because he's going to be out there. The Cars and Coffee at UMC this Saturday. I unfortunately will not be. I've got to move. So
I'm really sad because someone is going to be there that I think you'd really enjoy like meeting. His name is Ron.
God damn it!
Ron is going out. He pulled me aside in the hallway and goes, "Hey, are you hear about that thing they're doing at the racetrack?" I'm like,
Oh
"No,
my
Ron."
god!
And I'm like, "What's going on at the racetrack?" "Oh, I'm taking my G8 out there." And I'm like, "Look, your G8." He goes, "Well, I gotta cut the mufflers off first because I don't think it's worth taking it if it's going to be quiet. I gotta make some noise if you know what I mean."
Oh
And
my
low
holy
bump.
merciful Jesus! I just want to charge up one of the Yees and give it to you and just be like, just film Ron.
Just give us some prime Ron content.
We just need some Ron filler.
Ron Cam.
Ron Camp.
Cam Auto Ron.
So I hope you're going to go because Ron is just an amazing human. Like all my friends know about Ron, and people are going to this event just to see Ron.
That would be amazing. Also, Dash, you're in town. You son of a bitch.
What the
How
fuck?
dare you? I'm gonna fuck. I will. If you and Joey are hanging out, I'm going to bust my ass to get some stuff done.
Oh, I like how
I'll try and make some time for you guys.
I could like see if they're standing out there, but he doesn't live there anymore.
No, he does not. He does not. Ah, sweet. Okay. Dash, I'll try to get the move done as quickly as I possibly can, which means I got a week of half-assed packing ahead of me. Sweet merciful Christ. Well, anyway,
think I
back
might
to the
have,
original.
like 2 boxes you can use.
It's all right. We've been since Sandy's been, in her state. Amazon has been showing up fairly regularly, so we got a ton of boxes.
Okay, fair enough. That works.
Yep. So, yeah.
God is in town as well.
God is everywhere.
I am in town. I will meet up.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, that
I'm
was
not
mighty
sure.
Jehovah's Witness of you.
I wish I could open comments to see like I could like I want to see what other content God has posted.
As Zach looks to the sky.
God, is that you?
As it goes dark. Well, it's somebody.
I mean, well,
Question has been answered. All right. Well,
Oh, you can't.
well,
open up
this
other
needs
people's
more vodka
profiles.
in it if it's going to be that kind of night.
well, Dash, I'm gonna push myself just because I need to get this done. So, because I really don't want to do this, but whatever. So, anyway, Dave, did we get an update from you before we went off? We hopped on the train to Tangent Town.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Dave, did we ever get an update from you on how you've been living these past 7 days?
Oh, okay. That was what we were talking about. I did stuff and things. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks.
I don't do anything. I go to work, I come home, I go grocery shopping on the weekends. Lather, rinse, repeat.
Attaboy. Hey, man. Beats the shit out of how I'm doing.
Unfortunately, I've not found God yet.
You haven't found God?
I've been trying to find God. Like when on the chats, you can't open God.
Oh no, that's a bummer.
Also, I can't wait for all of my suggested ads are going to be religious based.
It's going to be a whole lot of like Christian rights stuff, so good luck with that.
I'm doing it. Oh, I went really dark. Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Yes, you did. Hit the clapper. just
You gotta pray really hard.
God, turn on my lights.
You can ask your question after Zach has been blessed with light.
And there shall be light.
There we go. Looks like light.
Turn off my ring light.
Perfect.
It's so far away from me.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay, God, he has light. You can ask your question.
Oh. And now we wait.
Wow. Why is Dave running a bar behind that camera? The amount of drinks. Listen,
I mean, are you mad?
What? You're the man with all the answers, and what?
Yeah.
Got restricted.
Well,
Huh.
well, do we have a topic that we could maybe hop into?
Hold on. Bye, JB. Enjoy the food. And shout out to you, Dash, for getting your video completely blocked in North Korea.
What?
He's editing the archive of the Most Wanted, Need for Speed Most Wanted from Twitch. He uploaded the first video and it got restricted due to music, but in a few countries it was fully blocked, most notably North Korea.
Nice.
One of
There
the
it is.
Kims does not approve.
Seriously.
Or
Yeah.
I guess, do you want me to get into the topic? Because it was kind of my idea, kind of.
Kind of, sort of. Just kind of was thrown to us from the chat.
Yeah, I
And
was
then
hoping
we-
you. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
just claim it.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever his name was.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to be here, but man, it's
Whatever. God.
clearly like almost preteen kid, according to the
See.
numbers he gave us.
Yeah, like he's trying to buy a car in like the 2030s, asking if an STI is going to be a good bet. Ooh, man.
An STI with a warranty is not a good bet.
Unless you got that sweet ass CarMax warranty where you can just drop it off and just be like, deal with it.
Fix it.
Bumper to
bet they
bumper, top to bottom.
They probably have something in their policy that explicitly states nothing with a flat 4 or flat 6.
But yeah, so he was asking about cars, and I made me think. I was like, I know vastly more now about cars than I did when I bought my first car. And I would assume most people could make the same claim. There are some people out there.
Claim.
Some people I would maybe not. I'd err on the side of caution on that, but majority of the people.
Yeah.
And so I think maybe like a quick summary of what your first car was, and then move into like if you had the same budget you had when you got your first car, or like your first like real car purchase, because like my first car, someone gave it to me, but the first car I really bought, I had a pretty small budget, and like what would I go buy with that kind of money now?
Okay, so I guess first question, what are we basing this off of then? Because my first car, which is also my first project, was free.
Oh,
Yeah, so
my God.
that's why I was like saying like your first car that you bought yourself.
Okay, all right. Well, okay.
That's still teen range. Like
No, that gives me something to go with.
Yeah. So, if a Tribeca motor fits in a WRX, and why would a 911? Has anyone ever done that?
Oh, who is this man?
Kyle Dewey
Kyle.
coming
Can I
off the
meet you?
top rope.
I mean,
I fit a similar engine into my Subaru.
I don't
I mean-
see why it wouldn't.
It, in theory, it would fit.
They spin the
What?
correct direction. They're no wider than like an EJ20 or an EJ25.
So, I mean, in theory, it would. It's just you got to
Oh
make.
my god! You could just fit if you could figure out a way to adapt Porsche axles into Subaru hubs. It would just work. You could just use the Porsche transmission and just make a front wheel drive Porsche Subaru.
I mean, yeah, you could literally just take the ass end of a Boxster out of the Boxster and put it in a Subaru.
It'd only be front wheel drive, but it'd be the coolest fucking swap ever.
Well, I mean, here's the thing though. Then and okay, this is where I'm showing my nerd logic here. Okay, the Boxster 6-speed is an Audi O1E transmission. So if you take the cap off the back of that transmission and add all the cluster gears and the rear differential and shit, like you could make it all-wheel drive or just use an Audi
We
O1E
lost Dave
with the Porsche bell housing.
Me too. Oh, I'm back.
Welcome. That would be. Now I just want to build an all-wheel drive Boxster and go fuck with people.
Well, I like Dash's idea, which is just put a Tribeca, put the 3.6R in a 911. Go the wrong direction.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just-
guys throw Subaru motors and buses and Beetles all
Yeah.
the time. So
Which is-
I figure a Tribeca is a fancy Subaru, so put a Tribeca motor in a fancy Beetle.
Yeah. Or just build the Tribeca GT3 RS.
I like it. You son
You're
of a
giving
bitch,
me
man.
you're giving me ideas that I don't like, but I do on a different level.
Well, God's out of here, so
By God.
your protection.
Dave, you've been muted. He just mouthed. For those watching or listening, Dave just mouth fucked very loudly.
Yeah, Dave has unfortunately having mic issues most of the evening, so we were doing all right. We got almost 20 minutes in.
Dave, give me a thumbs up when you are good to go.
And back in she goes, maybe.
Andrew, that was Dave's fucked up mic.
Yep. Anyway.
Okay. Nope.
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 I do want to say this just kind of apropos of nothing. Nope.
Hey!
Hey!
Go figure. You turn it off and turn it back on again.
Yep, that's how she goes. Alrighty.
Well, do
Well-
you want me to start with my... Okay, I
Well-
didn't come up with a car option. Hold on.
Well, shall we go around the room and talk about our first car and then the first
Yeah.
thing we bought?
Can
that should
can we
be
like
fun.
fantasy draft this so Zach can fuck it up and we do it all in one take?
No, I've been doing better. I've been doing better.
Zach out of nowhere just drafts a Peterbilt one off the board. Like, what in the actual fuck?
Wouldn't surprise me.
So my first car, which I think I've talked about several times on the podcast, was a 1991 Toyota 4Runner with the 3.0, the 3 slow, and the head gasket destroyer. It was a manual, and it was an SR5, so it had the carpet on the inside, and that was about it. It was white. Love that car. I think it was actually a really good first car. I did not pay for it. My grandpa gave it to me, and then my mom bought it from my grandpa, and then my mom gave it to me as a graduation present. I don't know. I never paid for it. Someone may have. I don't know, but I didn't. And it met its fate by kissing a Highlander on a head-on collision.
Dash.
Can we put that on the screen?
We need to put Dash's comment up there.
Well, okay, so the first gen 4Runner, the SR5s had the better carpet.
I could just.
What a high trim level. It had carpet.
Can that be a shirt?
I'm just imagining. Yeah, if we ever start doing shirts again.
I would wear one of those.
I'm just imagining the ad. What year was yours, Zach?
91.
The 1991 Toyota 4Runner, now with carpet.
I don't even know what options
1991 Toyota 4Runner, now including optional carpet.
Well, I don't even know what options would have been different between the SR5 and the base model. That car had AC and power windows, but you never could have gotten non-AC. I don't think you. Maybe the SR5 was a standard 3-liter versus the 22 RE, because you could get a second gen with a 22 RE.
Yeah, that is true.
Which is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard of, and I want one so badly.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a 2-wheel drive 4Runner.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't call them 2-runners. I feel like that was a marketing, miss.
Oh my god! I want a 2x2. I want a 2-wheel drive 2-door 4Runner.
Okay, well, I mean, if you're into rare shit, just say so. Don't have to prove it.
From your lips to God's ears. Well, maybe you'll listen on the podcast.
I think the first car I actually paid for with my own money, I think was my Subaru, actually.
Yeah,
my second car was, I think so. Because my second car, or technically my third car, was my shit brown Ranger. And I think my mom bought that for me for a Christmas present, or a birthday present. It was $1,100. But
all right.
So I think the first car I paid for with my own money was the Subaru that's still parked right there that I have molested the shit out of.
You've done far more than molested it, Zach.
I have fucking human centipede that shit together.
Yeah, the stuff you're doing is like you got to get onto the dark web for it. This is cult level shit that you're doing.
Yeah.
So
there's gonna be
Oh, go ahead.
There's going to be a documentary on Netflix, a 4-part series on you.
No, that's a lie. The first car, I just remember, the first car I actually paid for with my own money was my 89 YJ with a Chevy 350 and an NV 3500 transmission that I blew the shit out of third gear while racing a truck on the road and then knocked the fuck out of it because I lost the dipstick and never checked the oil. What a poor way to die.
But also,
I made $1,000 off that car when I sold it with a blown up engine.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew was pointing that out, and Tash says the base model 4Runner 91 was just some cheap wood patterned vinyl flooring instead of carpet. The cheap Motel 6 shit.
It wasn't even checkerboard carpet.
And Andrew was
the
there.
same material that you could find on trampolines back in the 90s.
Andrew was there when I sold that truck to a person. I don't think I can identify the gender of this human being.
Person?
The person named June, who came out in half Nazi, like no swastikas, but like half like German World War II military garb, and half like I'm about ready to go strip.
That's straight up vintage Hugo Boss shit.
And then pulled out a pack of black clove cigarettes and started smoking them as she paid cash for my $1,000 Ranger that had a blown head gasket that I clearly did not inform him of it.
Whatever. Small blocks are cheap.
And no, that was the Ranger. That was the Ranger that I sold.
Ranger parts are cheap.
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
And the part I remember, which to this day I am so sad I did not save, was June called me and left a voicemail, and I did not answer because I knew what the phone call was. And it was this voicemail with this like, "Hey, so it's been about a week, and it's kind of like overheating a little bit, which maybe that's why you put an aftermarket temp gauge on. But and then I like pulled the coolant, and like there's a lot of oil in there. And just want to know, like, did you know about this? Just want to see like." Get any thoughts or insight on this, and just let me know. If you get a chance, call me back. Okay, bye. And then I saw it, but she fixed it. He fixed it. I saw it in the junkyard.
They fixed it.
I saw it in the junkyard, like 8 months ago, and it was so sad.
Oh,
gotta love it.
So those are my car stories.
All right. Well, those are fun. Well, my first car was, and Dave will attest, this thing was pretty fucking cherry. The '88 Acura Legend L sedan.
Oh man,
Motor Trend Car of the Year.
What a chariot she was.
Oh boy. Got me pulled over more times in that thing because the fucking light stock was not working. So, have headlights or taillights. Occasionally both at the same time.
Only occasionally, though.
Yeah, that's why I had a roll of electrical tape in that thing. Just find the sweet spot and then just tape it down.
Yep.
Got the car. Power windows. Driver's side didn't roll down. Had to replace a fuse to get that to work, but I went through the drive-thru a few times. Had to stand on the seat, go through the sunroof, yell my order at the box. Yep. Oh, yeah. But got that thing for free. That thing was destined for a slow, sad death. Was heading to the auction, and then one of my dad's friends, a gracious man who had a tiny dealership down there in Utah County, secured that and a Geo Prism for my brother.
Hey,
the boy never took delivery of that one. Never took delivery of that one. So, yep. But that the first car I actually paid for was my '94 Integra LS.
I remember that car.
Oh, that was great. I got kicked out of a Jiffy Lube for that thing. I tried to get the emissions done, and as far as I knew, like everything was there. Like the car was appropriately low at the time, had the sweet 2-finger wheel gap. And actually, no, it was a little lower than that. It was like, I think it was only 1, so I was rolling harder than these kids back in the day.
Yeah.
A little 1 finger was rolling hard.
You got that
as it was the style of the time.
Yeah, bought it from Eric Smart. Shout out to him.
That's right.
Yep. So took it to get emissions done, and pulled it on the thing, and then sat in the waiting room, and then the lady doing the emissions, she comes in here. She's like, "You need to get this thing the fuck out of here right now." Oh. She's like, "What made you think we were going to pass this thing without a cat?" And I'm like, "There is a cat, though." Bullshit.
And that was the day you found out it was straight piped.
Nope. Somebody did the old broom handle trick to the cat. Yep.
Think of what all that palladium's worth in today's market.
Oh, yes. It's a better time, a simpler time.
I just remember being in your dad's garage in freezing weather, upside down in the driver's seat, trying to get the cotter pin out of the clutch master cylinder rod.
You've been upside down in so many of my cars.
For clutch related things too, go figure.
Yeah. Man. So, but yeah, paid $2,800 for that thing, had HIDs. One wouldn't come on, so you had to go out and do the Fonzie thing.
You go, bah, a.
Exactly. Somebody replaced the interior fog lights with hideous orange bulbs.
Nice.
I mean, like you do.
Indeed, as was the style at the time. Somebody did the that terrible Home Depot metal mesh.
Yeah.
I had a fun time ripping all of that out.
It was a surprisingly clean car once all
Yeah.
the funk was taken off of it.
Yeah, it had that sweet confetti interior, thunder gray, like door jams, engine bay. Did not make me think that it was like a respray. Or if it was a really good one.
I think that was factory paint.
Yeah, which was the fucking rare bird if that was the case.
Yeah, there were not a lot of LS Integras in that color anyway.
Yeah, so, but yeah, that was the first car I bought with my own money, $2,800, and then had to get rid of it, unfortunately, after the aforementioned. Hey Jacob, after the aforementioned legend met its fate on the worst night of my pizza delivering career. Got stiffed on. Got a ticket. Got a fix-it ticket earlier that day. Got stiffed on a tip, and then some dude coming through one of the roundabouts in Draper there, T-boned the shit out of me. So, and the cop who gave me the fix-it ticket responded, clearly saw the car was totaled, and then drove off and didn't do anything. And
Draper PD, everybody.
a few weeks later, the greatest act of petty vengeance on my behalf took place. At the pizza place, we used to give the cops discounts when they would come in for, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I related the tale to my manager at the time, who it eventually turned out he was quite a dick, and I'm sure he's probably like one of those, I'm just asking questions, alt-right dudes now. Yeah. But at the time, whatever. But yeah, a bunch of cops came in, including this dude, and he did not give them their discount. And they threw a shit fit over a 10% discount.
Jesus.
Yep. But he stood his ground.
I build Draper's police cars, and I can 100% see them all acting that way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just a bunch of, fucking,
Yep.
Just when you think white dudes, there you go. Draper PD, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
But yeah, 94 Integra LS.
I'm seeing a trend for you and I.
We started off in a lot of Motor Trend Cars of the Year and then graduated to something even better.
Whoa. Okay, let's see. I've had so damn many of these cars, I'm trying to figure out which one I actually bought.
The Davest of Dave problems.
Right? No shit. First car I ever had was when I was 14. Got it from all my stepbrothers. It was a 1979 Mazda RX-7.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was that really nice, burnt orange copper color, but it had this terrible, shitty gloss black job over it.
Oh.
I knocked over a bottle of brake fluid onto the hood, and it peeled the shitty black almost completely off. It was such a terrible job. They didn't scuff the paint or anything.
It just straight over the clear. Just hoping.
I tried wiping up, as best I could, thinking, oh man, I just totally dicked the hood of this car. And a day later, I go out into the driveway and it's got these massive bubbles in the hood, and I start peeling and picking at it, and I could get this giant vinyl sheet peel of black gloss paint.
Oh my
that just
God.
came off like rubber. Ended up getting most of the car back to its original orange, which was pretty sweet. But
Nice.
that was a fun one. I sold it and regret the shit out of it. It probably doesn't exist anymore. I mean, it's whatever.
Probably
I
not.
I remember the VIN number too. Since it was a 79, it didn't have like the standard 17-digit VIN or whatever like that. That's SA22C543071.
Just that magical time where people were just like, numbers, whatever. Throw some letters in there, call it good.
Alphabet soup. Yay!
Hooray!
And the first car I bought was a 1986 RX-7.
Ooh.
It was a GXL. So it was a 5-lug car. 86 GXL. It was an S4. So it was 5-lug, had the 4-piston brakes, had an LSD, a clutch LSD, not the viscous.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
It was red with gray interior, and it was actually a 2+2. I couldn't tell you if it was factory with those back seats, but it had back seats.
Hell yeah.
I paid $2,500 for it.
All right. So me and Dave are about same price, ballpark for what some would consider hero cars. And then there's Zach.
God, yeah. I think I paid 21 or 22 for my Subaru, but the Jeep was my first car that I paid for in cash, and so I have to go with that. I can't cheat here. And I think I paid $1,300 or $1,500. So I'm gonna go $1,500 to give me a little bit more wiggle room.
Oof.
I think we can account for inflation here.
Yeah.
Granted, that Jeep is probably worth $3,000, probably. $350,
Probably.
a Corvette aluminum heads, 4-wheel drive that worked.
Yeah, I'd say it was even back then.
Back
definitely.
then being 2019, 18.
Yeah. Whoa, those many years
Look.
ago.
2020's been a hell of a 5 years. Okay?
I didn't always used to look like this. All right.
So
Believe it or not, I had fewer wrinkles on my face.
I will stick with $1,500. That's what I think I paid for the car.
All right. Well, yeah, my list is mostly salvageable. I was playing around with the idea of also, because I paid for my Subaru, which Dave remembers, paid $5,000 for that bad boy from a little old man just shuffling across the room. Ooh. Oh, I remember I was in the little showroom at this little dealership on Main Street downtown, and there was one of the Bubble Taurus shows, the front wheel drive V8. Yeah. I took a picture of that, and I can't remember. It was either very early Facebook days or late MySpace days. But took a picture of that and said, I'm just picking up my new car, and everybody freaked out. Trent specifically. He lost his fucking mind.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And real quick, I want to get to Kyle Dewey's little anecdote here. Back in 2004, when I was new to cars in high school, my first car was a semi-sketchy 99 Civic Si, rebuilt, restored title. Turns out it was a theft recovery car out of California. On his first trip to the dealer for an oil change, they told me they found an alarming amount of fuel in my oil. Bad O2 sensor was flooding fuel into the engine. Engine was okay, luckily.
Man, a 99 Si, huh?
Oh, man.
So B16 car.
Yep.
I mean, those are stout motors.
They are. I just remember Walter coming into Salty Peaks one day as I was talking to my friend Aaron. Shout out to her. He just slaps a dyno sheet on the glass counter. It was like 407 or something. Or cool, Walter. What'd you do this in? My Civic. Oh, did you do something? What did you do? Stock internals B16. We just kept going until we felt nervous. Him and Courtney just cranking up the boost.
Well, I mean, his was one of the first cars one of the first cars in early Utah Honda's history to make 400 with relatively few mods aside from boost.
yeah, that was pretty much just all boost.
Yeah, and
So-
then you've got cars like Jeffrey's CRX that is basically a stock internal B16 on ethanol,
Yeah.
and it makes like 440 something like that on kill.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Hell yeah.
So
Oh,
I have my first car. I've been thinking about it. I know what I
Okay.
would have gotten. Knowing what I know now, and actually been thinking about what I thought my first car, or what I wanted my first car to be. So the first car that I really thought I really wanted, and I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry on so many levels right now. It was a Fiero. There was
I'm
a
not
kid,
even mad.
There was a kid at my school. I can't remember his name. And his car is still around. I see it all the time. It's that Fiero. You guys have probably seen it. It has like the fucked up bumper, like the purple headlights, and it's white. Have you guys seen it?
no, but you're describing a lot of Fiero's fucked up bumper. That could be all of them.
It was a front bumper. The car was clean in high school, and I remember him letting me sit in it and drive it. It was like the second manual car I ever drove. I just drove it around Jordan, but it was what the fuck was it? The Formula version or the Daytona version?
Yeah, they had like two M4s, formulas, GTs, two M6. They had all kinds of trim
But
levels.
that was not my first car. That's the first car I wanted, but I'm not going to say that was my first car that I would take now. But there is a funny anecdote I remember was in the high school shop. He was doing like a ascending unit or something on the car. I don't remember what he was doing. I remember watching him like the car's on the lift, and he's just like manhandling the gas can, like the gas tank, and now I would put like one of those like spinny jack things that go up to hold stuff to help lower it down. I'd use one of those, but he wasn't. He was just holding it, and it slipped out of his hand and fell. And as it fell, it poured gas all down him, and it hit the ground, and then splashed more gas into him. And like I remember like the shop teacher running out there being like, "This kid's a fire hazard now." Like it was great.
That's great.
That's incredibly Fiero.
Oh yeah.
That's so Fiero. Oh man.
But what I would choose, I think I could find one. I was actually offered one for just slightly more than this. I think it would be reasonable to get one for this price point. But I would do an AW11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid choice.
I think it would be a really fun driver. It's not fast enough to kill me instantly. I would get a lot of enjoyment working on it. It's a very easy car to work on. I think I can find one for like 14 to 18.
Yeah.
I was offered one for 16 or 18, so that's not too far out of the ballpark. And it's a great car to modify and like really learn on. And so I think if I were to go back again with the budget I had, I would go with AW11.
Hell yeah, I think that's a good choice. And random things I will post. This is the Cam Shenanigans podcast, and we're talking about the best first car you could get with the knowledge you have now, but the budget you had then. So it's a complicated, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
And I also think when I my first car was 2017 or 2018,
Yeah.
right around there. I think $1,500 would be very reasonable for an individual.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh Jacob. That's not. You didn't fuck up. It's all right there, bud. All right, Dave. While you freshen up your drink, I'm gonna go. So, what I think I would have done with my $2,800 is I would have found the best E36 non M3 I could get my hands on. Because that is a car that they are tremendous driving cars. You know, and if you got yourself like a 318 or like a 323 or something, you could then pop in a bigger motor once you became more comfortable with, going faster and your mechanical ability.
Yeah.
Also, it would teach you to hate the Germans more so than you already did.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, it's one of those. It's like it would have been a great starter car because also here's the other thing. I took this into account a little bit. You're young, you're a dude. I mean, the car is probably going to pull more dudes, but hey, eventually a fine young lass is going to find her way into that passenger seat.
And that German comfort.
Listen,
Swoo her.
exactly.
Hey, back in the day when copping the foreign actually meant something.
Mm-hmm. And hey, man, listen. That got to take that into account. Also, I mean, say you're 22. You know, you want to go do something dumb and fun like run to Vegas. This is a car that was built in the country that gave us the Autobahn, so it's gonna just do that.
I like
So-
110, but that's about it.
Exactly. But it's gonna look okay doing it. Just
Yeah, yeah.
You're not going to fear parts falling off.
exactly. Also,
Okay.
those things are surprisingly stout, built like a German brick shithouse. So you'll be okay.
There are two terms for strongly built in that sentence: German and shit brick house.
Yep,
It's a double whammy.
indeed.
And at this point, it's an iron shit house.
Iron
just a
Cross,
barn.
perhaps.
It's just a fucking barn.
Fred's gonna start calling you Der Fuhrer, but it's okay.
Yes.
Alrighty, Dave, with your encyclopedic knowledge.
I probably would have. Well, see, I would have bought a Volvo sooner, I think. In high school, I paid. Yeah, it was my senior year of high school at Orem High. My auto class.
Bye, Dave.
Oh, damn it. Okay. In the meantime, back in the comments, Jacob Bastion, he says, well, for Dave's amusement, a CD5 Accord, because I was still going to be a dad, and I could have had fun still and not given up all the fun by going with an older Accord. His previous entry was the first car that he legit paid for, which was a 1987 Accord LX. I think every friend group has somebody who had that Accord.
Nope.
Oop. So, God, all right, we're waiting on Dave. Oh, there it is. Yep, try it now.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Much.
Jesus, I gotta figure out what the hell's going on with that. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You got plenty of time to figure it out.
Okay, maybe it's a driver thing. I don't know. What were we saying? What were we talking about?
You're
first-
saying Volvo.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry. Yeah, senior year of high school, Orem High, auto shop class. One of the other guys there had a 85, I think that's what it was. It was an 85 Volvo 240 sedan that he wanted to sell to me for $50. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure, I'm down. Didn't even ask what was wrong with it. And we're like on our way to go get it after I paid him for it. Because $50 car, I was going to do it.
Yeah.
He said, oh yeah, by the way, I was driving it in a snowstorm and I kind of wrecked it. And so I'm thinking, okay, this thing's probably just cashed out. Like, front end's gone or something, right? So I asked him, I'm like, hey, so what happened? Like, give me some deets on the thing. And he's like, oh, well, I was sliding in the snow and I rear-ended a Durango. and I totaled the Durango. And I'm thinking, oh, this thing's really cashed out. I just bought myself scrap. So we get to his house and he pulls the cover off the car in the driveway. And I'm like, you hit another vehicle with this thing? Like, the corner light on the passenger side was cracked and the headlight bezel didn't fit quite straight. But that was literally it. That was the only thing wrong with it. And I'm thinking, how did this total a vehicle, right? And he's like, well, I have a picture of the Durango. And so we go into his house, he pulls up the computer, and he has a picture of the Durango. Like, it literally pulled the back corner of this Durango off its own frame.
Holy shit.
And it just cracked a light.
That's like me buying my truck from Ian Lacey, where he was like, "Yeah, it's seen better days." And there's like a little scratch next to the bed and a dent about this big in the corner. And it's like, "Yeah, it's pretty rough." Like,
Yeah. So, I mean, I flipped that car for a lot more money, but
attaboy.
I didn't have it long enough to really play with it. It wasn't until I ended up moving to New Mexico in 2011 that I actually, got to see like Volvo performance and, actually see a modded Volvo and own a modded Volvo. So yeah, I would probably have, gone a couple years earlier, bought a 240 and done dumb things with it. Because, I mean, in 85, you could get a factory turbo 240, which I probably would seek out. Because, 2005, 2004, they were still cheap.
yeah,
I mean, you could get a 244 turbo for $1,500, $2,000.
Oh yeah.
So
that really aligns with like my dream of owning a 300 TD.
oh yeah,
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Oh, no, like I want to own one before I die. Like even if I like become like rich or something, like I still want to own a 300 TD.
If we ever became rich, we would be those guys who just like, yeah, I paid $4,000 for this thing, but since it showed up in the real world as like $100,000 car, you still have to maintain it like $100,000 car.
go figure, right?
Oh yeah. Jake, you don't have to apologize for anything. I keep interjecting. I'm milking this bus as much as I can so I can keep listening. Attaboy.
Very nice.
All right.
Yeah, Jake and I have been talking about Accords, the CD chassis Accords specifically.
Oh, yeah.
So. We'll see. I don't know. We've been like shooting pictures back and forth of like the old BTCC cars and like the the JTCC cars and stuff like that. Pretty sweet.
Hell yeah.
Mike, did you put this question out to the audience or not?
I did not. I was kind of busy today, so yeah, whatever.
It happens.
Yeah. So let's see. AJ would like to own a 240 wagon just so he can experience the superior Swedish wagon.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always say the Volvos are the superior Swedish vehicle. I say it in jest because I know there's a lot of Saab fans out there that get upset about that statement.
Mm-hmm. They're an angry bunch of bespectacled architects.
But that's okay. I'm just going to throw out this one little bit of shade. One of these companies didn't get killed off by GM.
My favorite Volvo was the one that was actually a Subaru. Wait.
Huh.
Hey guys, how about that Saab Trailblazer?
Hey.
Yeah.
God, late Saab, like late GM Saab was fucking weird and wonderful.
The Subaru, the Saabblazer.
God, what other garbage did they have? They just slapped a Saab badge on.
Wasn't it the Saab Malibu or something like that?
No.
The Saababoo.
The Saababu? Well, no. What was the last like 4-door Saab they made? I thought that was based off of something.
Well, they had like 9.3s and 9.5s. They were their own chassis.
They were.
Yeah.
I mean, the last gen 9.3 had a lot of GM Ecotech and I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. Cobalt.
How dare you?
But we don't hold that against them.
No.
I have
will.
driven I think it was a 9.3 Aero wagon
Oh,
that
yeah.
had the turbo 4-cylinder and a 6-speed manual.
Dude, those
And-
things, like,
Fun.
yeah.
There's what's his bucket that autocross is one.
Let's see. The 2012 9 to the power of S or 5 was based off some sort of Opal. So,
Yeah.
You know he's that hard into Saab culture when he has to, you know,
just
you have to juxtapose the 5 just right.
ooh, he's trying to find a turbo V6 manual wagon for a decent price. Attaboy.
I mean, you can find turbo V6 manual wagon. The decent price part's probably going to hurt.
yeah, you can find some combination of that for a decent price, but not all together.
You could find turbo V6 wagons all day for a decent price, but they're not going to be manuals.
Oh yeah. Oh, a couple of Saab wagons are out there at the airport testing runway friction. Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to do a real quick lightning round? Just kind of fire off one more.
If I go last, sure. I don't have another one yet.
Okay. So this is something I still think you can find because most of my list included stuff that you could get for closer to 5 because that's what I paid for the Subaru and I was totally gonna cheat.
I didn't cheat.
I was going to, but I didn't. All right. Even back in my day, me and Dave's day, you could find a running, driving, nice E36 for $2,800.
You could.
Yeah. So without having to go to Collier. Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and call this the Kyle Dewey Memorial pick. I am going to say the newest Civic Si that you can get your hands on for $2,800.
Okay. Yeah.
Are we
Yeah.
talking like rebuilt title or not?
I mean, if you can find a clean title for $2,800, whatever. But I mean, if it's a rebuilt title, I mean, listen,
Yeah,
it's a fucking Honda. You got a 10, you can rebuild it.
that's fair.
Yeah. So, got a buddy with a Rect Integra? Congratulations. A lot of those things are going on your Civic. Like that was
Most.
the great. Most, not all, most. Just remember that most. But yeah, no, that was a great thing. Like with the Integra, it was just like you could source factory Honda parts that were better than what you had, and with either very little or no modification, they would go on and they would make your car better. So
They knew how to part spin the shit out of everything they had.
yeah, it was fucking great. I mean, we're talking about a car that my Integra came with a full length radiator, not like the little like cereal box size thing that most Hondas do, or Hondas did at the time. That radiator and that B18B, if I found like an EG hatch or sedan or whatever, that would just go in.
Oh yeah.
It would just fit.
It would fall in with all the stock mounts.
Yeah, like it was fine. Like it just, I mean, I could even put the transmission in there, or if I really wanted to, like I could just go like a B to D transmission adapter. You know, don't know why I want to put a D series behind there, but D series transmission behind there. But fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it was like, I mean, imagine it's 2006. You know. We have yet to hit the glory days of where we are now. You could still get a cheap 240
I was
because
fine.
people had yet to figure that out.
You could.
Yeah, you know. But I mean, yeah, like these things, like you could still like EM1s, DC2s, and 4s, and you know, all of the fun Honda chassis were plentiful, in reasonably decent condition, and cheap as shit. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, they were surprisingly affordable, even considering, you know, back in 2005, 2006, you know, at the last year EG was 10 years old, 11 years
Yeah.
old, you know?
yeah, like the EK was starting to get a little long in the tooth, but I mean, that was, you know.
I came up with an option.
Okay.
So this car would be great if I had lots of friends in high school, which I definitely did not. But I don't know what pricing is, so maybe you guys can help me if this is out there. But like, I think for $1,500 to $2,000, I probably could have scrapped for a couple more $100. I would pick up a Roadmaster.
I think you could probably make that happen,
Yes.
especially at that time. It was a little bit before we were falling in love with these land yachts.
Yeah, like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
All your friends there, make people you don't like sit in the rear facing seats.
Hey, man.
And just like the amount of trouble I could get into with one of those, even now, would be immense.
Oh,
and back then would be
the amount of trouble that I, as a 35-year-old semi-responsible man, could get into with a Roadmaster. Oh,
Yep.
it'd be the good kind of trouble and the bad kind of trouble.
You could go camping with it. You could take it on dates, and you could have a full fucking picnic back there if you wanted to.
Oh, you could start a family in the back of that thing and raise it. That thing's the size of a 2-bedroom apartment.
And you could tow a camper behind it too if you wanted.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you could tow a camper behind it. You could. It's torquey. It has what the LT1 in it. It's got the power behind it. You just could be swapping out distributors every 20,000 miles, but that's not a huge issue.
Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah,
Get real good at pulling that water pump off.
I can pull a water pump on an LT1 in 15 minutes,
Blindfolded.
blindfolded upside down.
Just off to spark things.
With my offhand. Shit.
What have you done to your Roadmaster, Holly Dominator? Why did you do that? Because I fucking hate the OptiSparks.
Best change I ever made.
Yeah.
And I bet you could probably pull an extra 30 horsepower out of the engine too.
Probably could.
Yeah. Well, they made what, like 250 horsepower and like 280 foot-pounds of torque or something like that?
They made 260 and it was 300 in the Corvette.
So
They
dumb it
probably
down a
pulled
shade.
40, yeah, probably pulled 40 out of it then.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, there we go. I think we got some good solid options out there. You know,
Definitely.
I can see Zach living the tiny house life with a Roadmaster towing an Airstream. Hell yeah!
I wish that kid hopped in because, like, tell a kid to go buy a fucking Roadmaster.
Oh god, that would be There we go. Just like forget 2030, dude. Just go buy a Roadmaster right now.
It'll be worth something in 2030.
Maybe, who knows?
They probably will be.
Wood paneling and all.
Oh yeah, faux wood paneling, baby. How you doing? The best vinyl GM ever slapped on the side of anything.
Jesus.
But yeah, I think we got some pretty solid options out there. Now that there are some other things that you could have gotten for our meager budgets, but it might have been a bit more of a headache to deal with. You know?
I think all the cars we optioned would be good runners.
Yeah, like that was, I specifically made mention that, like, because you could go find like a better, like, I guarantee you back in 2006, you could find a $2,800 E36 M3, but it would have been clapped as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you know, yeah, like you could you could have found a $2,800 like newer Civic Si, but did you want to? No.
Depends on how far into the lake it ended up.
How on fire in Magna was it? A little bit? A lot bit? You know.
There's still paint.
West Valley, Magna, or Tooele? Would you please describe the level of fire this car had?
Was this thing factory white, or did the fire do that?
What part of 201 did it catch fire on?
Exactly. But yeah, if you've got some options out there for give us a budget, give us I think we kind of ended up circling back to a time, which I think we just did naturally. That was good. Yeah. So yeah, give us a time you bought your first car, give us the budget, and then let us know some options that you would have gotten with the benefit of hindsight. Yeah.
Yes.
Mailbag at camautomag.com. That's what it's there for. Send me something so I stop getting weird spam emails there. I don't like it.
Should I be using the mailbag as like my subscription service?
Yeah, man. I mean, you could have. I keep just verifying the email address, and some of the stuff you're subscribing to is frankly terrifying.
It's questionable at best.
God, I don't know what you're doing, but you need Jesus. God, get back in here.
God, we need you. God has left the chat. Why didn't he say that when he left?
That would have been great, but at least he said goodnight. That was nice.
I G2G.
Gotta go. Good night. Okay, bye, God.
My God, have fun sleeping,
Bye.
I guess.
See you in the morning, Your Holiness.
There it is. All right, guys. Yeah, let us know your options. Mailbag at camautomag.com. Also, let us know what you got, because we're that is also fun to know what we all started this thing.
Lots of eclectic cars. Yeah.
Yeah, and then or hit us up on the social medias. We're at Cam Automag on a lot of them, except for TikTok. That is proving to be a tougher nut to crack than I originally anticipated. Turns out to make video content even 15 seconds worth. You need time.
Maybe I might need to take a crack at it.
There you go.
The youth.
There you go.
Would God drive a Maybach?
No, he wouldn't. As we all know,
Okay,
God is
Taurus.
American. Exactly.
Yes.
No, God totally was a Honda guy. Think of it. He did not speak of his own accord.
Ah, there it is.
Good night, guys. We'll see you next week. Same dat time, same dat channel. I've been Zach. That's been Dave. That's been Mike. Bye.
Wow, okay. Just pulling the ripcord hard.
It was a dad joke.
I appreciate it. No, God would drive a Lincoln Continental. Come on.
Yes, he would.
Connie. Yep.
That or like a 600 Mulliner. What was the big 600 Grosser? The 600 Grosser.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's driving some Teutonic land yacht of some variety. Anyway, on that note, as Zach previously said, I have been Mike.
I've been Professor Dave.
I've been Zach.
Okay, we'll see you next week, boys.
Bye, kids.
Bye.